What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. And today, before I hop into this YouTube video, I would like to promote my new up-and-coming song, Pull Up. Pre-save on Spotify. It will be available on all platforms.
I could be a freak, baby, only for you. Nobody can put it down like you, so baby, you should pull up.
Video trigger warning. I know this is a very sensitive topic. Some of these things I have experienced myself, and some of these things I've seen happen to other people. 10 signs that your family could be toxic. Number 1, emotional neglect. Now, toxic families could sit over here. You express to them that you feel a way about something that they did to you. They'll completely ignore it, bypass it. It doesn't matter. It's not that big of an issue. And they'll completely invalidate your feelings. They won't listen to you. And they won't care to understand how you're feeling. You can express, oh, I'm depressed, or I'm feeling this way and that way, and they'll sit over here and say, you have a roof over your head, you have food in your belly, you have clothes. They just don't try to, meet you that halfway 50-50 emotional wise. And that becomes them being emotionally unavailable, and that's when you feel emotionally neglected. Number 2, sibling comparison. Comparing one sibling to the next. They'll sit over here and say, oh, why can't you do this like your sister? Why can't you do this like your brother? And it will automatically make you feel inadequate, where it becomes a constant competition between you and your other siblings. And that's where sibling rivalries happen and start, because one sibling is going to feel like they're no better than the other sibling. Number 3, your family could be controlling. Controlling over who you hang out with, controlling over how you react, controlling over who you talk to, controlling over what you do. It's different levels of control. There's a difference between parenting and control. Parenting is, don't post certain things online, don't go out after a certain time, be careful who you hang around in school or things like that. There's a difference between the two. But if people are just going to sit over here and control what you're doing, control what you're saying, control how you're feeling, that's just manipulation. Kind of the root of the control inside of a toxic family. Number 5, your family could potentially bully you. Like, they'll sit over here and make everybody against you, and it'll turn into like 5 different people bullying this one person because this one person didn't agree with this person. Toxic families like to bully one family member. They think bullying is fun. They really try to say bullying is another form of tough love, which is entirely untrue. There is a difference between tough love and bullying. Number 6, a toxic family will be jealous of you. They will want you to stay at the same level that they are. Once they see you trying to ease up and rise above them, they're going to try to pull you back down. You guys will be equal. The moment they see you tear up, they sit over here and say, oh, what do you think you're doing? You think you're all this and all that. And so that forces you to come back down to where they are. Or you could graduate out of high school and most of your family members didn't graduate out of high school. They had to get their GED, didn't reach that goal in life. And they'll sit over here, they see you happy and having fun, they'll sit over here, talk down on you, and then they'll force you to come back down here. You finna go to college, you be the first person in your family to go to college, it's a problem. You be the first person to get a corporate job in your family, it's a problem. You sit over here and you think you finna move away and start a life or get married, it's a problem. And they will sit over here and project their emotions onto you, where it depletes your confidence in yourself, in your abilities, and in your crafts. Number 7, they do not respect boundaries. They'll sit over here and they'll keep pulling at your strings, pressing those buttons, steady keep bothering you after you expressed that this bothers me, this makes me uncomfortable. They'll still continue to do it. If they don't do it full blown, they'll sit over here and take little bits and pieces of it, like, I'm gonna make her a little bit uncomfortable. Or they'll just completely keep doing it, and it becomes a vicious cycle of you saying like, oh, this makes me uncomfortable, but you have no way of getting away from them, because they'll manipulate you into thinking what they're doing to you is your fault, and it's a reason behind it, and it's a cause that they're doing this to you. It's not because they want to do it, it's because they have to. Nobody knows how to push your buttons more than a family member does, because they know you the most. They have lived with you. They have been around you since you were a child. They know the things that irk you, make you upset, make you sad, or the things that really trigger you. They know how to press those buttons. So they'll sit over here and gather all of the information they can about what bothers you, what triggers you, and they'll sit over here and turn that against you and keep doing it. And then it's like you obviously set your boundaries, but they don't respect them. Number 8, they're always right. You can sit over here full blown, tell them where they were wrong at, what they did, and everything like that, but they still find a way to be right, and they still find a way to avoid that accountability that they're not used to taking. They'll sit over here and convince you and manipulate you into thinking, oh, I'm right, I did this for a reason, I did this because I'm older, I've been here longer than you, so I know what I'm doing, and you're wrong, you don't know anything, you're too young, and all this other stuff. And they're just not seeing where they could be wrong at, or if they're wrong at all to begin with. They don't feel like anything that they're doing is wrong. They feel like they know everything, you know nothing, and you have no right to tell them when they're wrong and when they're right. Number 9, the moment you guys get into a conflict, and there will be many when you're dealing with a toxic family, there will be many conflicts, but the one time where you sit over here and you try to defend yourself, you come off as quote unquote disrespectful. They manipulate you into thinking that you're disrespecting them because you're defending yourself, you're taking up for yourself, you're standing up for yourself, and they'll say, oh, you're talking back, or you're being disrespectful, respect your elders and all this other stuff, or, you think you've grown. They will find any way to sit over here and think that they're being disrespected because you're telling them something that they know for a fact is the truth, but they don't like the truth. So that's where the whole, oh, you're disrespecting me mechanism comes from, and that's when they manipulate you with the word disrespect. Because the worst thing in their eyes that you can do to them is disrespect them as a parent. They'll sit over here and use that type of emotional guilt against you and suggest that you're not respecting them or you're being unruly, when that is not true at all. You're just defending yourself like a normal human being would. Number 10, in a toxic family, they do not know the difference between abuse and discipline. Now, they'll sit over here and take advantage of the fact that they're older and they have the upper hand against you. And some people take it up a notch where they end up abusing the child, but they'll sit over here and manipulate you into thinking that they're disciplining you when it's really abuse. And they know what they're doing is wrong, but they don't want you to know it. They know what they're doing is wrong, but in some type of sick way, form, or fashion, they get some type of gratification out of it, like they enjoy what they're doing to you. Discipline is more so of, you got in trouble in school, I'm going to take your game away, I'm going to take your TV, or I'm going to take your phone. That type of discipline. Not sitting over here abusing somebody mentally, physically, and emotionally. Toxic families don't know the difference between discipline and abuse. That was a hard video to get through, y'all. As I said earlier, it's triggering. It's triggering for me. I was getting triggered the whole time recording. I hope these signs helped anybody that's watching this video that's dealing with toxic family members. Be sure to give this video a like, comment down below. And if you're new here, subscribe. Video coming out Thursday. I will see you guys in the next one.